Alright then, we go back into the round of 16 of the bracket, as this is a new branch of that sad bracket. And in this bracket we have X-Lord with a walkover over Wiz, as we just explained. Wiz might be able to still play the lower bracket, because he might be there then. And here, who's gonna face X-Lord? Is it Dise? Is it Hippo? Usually, Dise should be considered the favorite here. He defeated Starbuck yesterday. Hippo also not his greatest matchup, I'd say, versus Night Elf. But this qualifier, full of surprises.
Absolutely. And Hippo is one of those players who could really upset the big boys, the old guard, if he was able to make it through in the end. It is a long shot. It is not very likely. But you know, we have seen some Cinderella stories before. Starbuck already beating Foggy, making it to the decision round. That looked really good, but Starbuck has been a household name in Europe for quite some time. Hippo, though, you know, like 1 year ago, 2 years ago, he was very much unknown still, just some kind of layer player. But recently, he's really gotten better, above 2,100 MMR, which is a little bit away from Dise still, but you know, he's making strides. He's getting better. He's making progress. It's cool to see.
Yeah, and that's next to like getting a PhD or something. This guy is owning not only on the battlefield, but also outside the battlefield. So another playing duck. Have we seen a duck in every game thus far? Yeah, I think so. So
more duck. Quack, quack.
Yeah,
Ducks
shout out to the
together.
ducks for supporting Warcraft as well as they do. Will they be successful? It's also another Thunder Duck versus Playing Duck battle, as we've seen before in Leon vs. Inspired. Maybe this is the revenge of the Thunder Ducks now.
Not gonna be easy. Dise has been looking really good lately. Has been hammering out a ton of games. He's been practicing, laddering, very diligent, has been really honing his skills. One of those players who gladly seems to go up against Happy and learn his lessons there. This, of course, is going to be a different matchup, but we've had our eye on Dise at least since last year already. And in my view, he was always looking good, solid, not too tricky, not too innovative like some other Night Elves, but just solid play, kind of colorful-esque, maybe. But sometimes those micro moves and the little plays here and there didn't quite line up yet. So I'm excited to see if he has really ironed out all those little mistakes and can bring it all to the table now.
Still, consistency, I think, is an issue. I watched quite a few of his games during the weeklies, where he oftentimes finds himself in the final with Happy, and he was the one defeating Happy in one of the grand finals. So that happened. Super talented guy, but sometimes he's playing out of his mind great, and sometimes not so much. For Hippo, always a big struggle getting that expo up, defending that initial Treant harass, and that's exactly what we see here.
The keeper shows up, and I feel like summons the Treants too early. When the peasants aren't building yet, they can still hide themselves pretty well, and good defense here by Hippo. And I think Dise was a little overeager, going for this Treant summon, I think, a bit too quickly.
Okay, he's going for a counter expansion though. Can Hippo figure this out and counter pressure it? Like that he goes for the Arcane first to have a more stability, and with that he can move on to the map, and he will find this expo.
Having this expansion cancelled is really painful because the tech was delayed for the faster expansion. The human really wants to make sure, or the Night Elf rather, it finishes. Now, Hippo should see it. I'm sure if he has the camera on it right away, but the Wisps are in position. Maybe that's enough for the save.
Okay, that was nice. The Keeper lost a lot of HP, which of course results in very few mana points. Nice Shadow Meld. Another Water Elemental here, and now Wisps are not in position, but yeah, Hippo abandons his attack.
Okay, good save by Dise. Important save. He had the Wisps ready when he needed them. 2 Wisps had to be used to detonate the Water Elementals. We'll see if that's going to be problematic with the Lumber later on. For now, it's looking okay, but yeah, the Moon Juice was heavily taxed. But Keeper still a ways off from level 3, but the expansion is standing for Hippo. And his Lumber's looking pretty good. I'd say this is a solid position for the human.
I definitely agree. He did lose what, like 2 peasants? 1? Max? Lumber is great, peasant production is good, Shop is coming up to heal level 3 is not that far away. Mana is regenerating. And the Night Elf expansion is not up. And as you said, the Keeper is far away from 3. So one of Hippo's better games against Night Elf.
A player's forces are under attack.
Keeper ready to attack the expansion. Important, of course, the arcane is already finished. Hippo trying to creep up quickly. It's an unfortunate timing. Starts the camp, gets attacked right away. And now we have the Berserker edition for Dise. On Autumn Leaves, when both players expand in the middle, it's oftentimes a seesaw game of back and forth aggression, which is where the Mercs come in very nicely. And also a Naga second to continue the pressure could be extremely strong for the Elf.
Yeah, that's all of a sudden bad position for Hippo. We praised his early game and caster cursed him a little bit. That is level 3 with little mana. Arcane is still doing some damage, but everything's hurt. And now resources go into that repair. But tier 2 has started, while on the other side, tier 2 is almost finished. Oh, Dise, if he gets that Berserker, that would be huge.
He's got the boots. He can chase it pretty easily if he is consistent enough with it. And I'd say good enough of a defense for Hippo. I mean, it was a bit painful, but he's still mining. And the tech difference isn't that large.
Yeah. Could turn into a Day of the Ducks if this continues this way. Oh, Shadow Melt. Can the archer reach? Oh, good eye sniper.
Takes out the Watch Elemental. There's also more experience. Keeper with a fast level 4 could be very strong. Hippo definitely needs a shop and a lumber mill. Needs to start macroing up here quickly. Didn't have too much gold yet, but now gold will be coming in. I mentioned the Naga before. Here she is, doubling down on the aggressive potential.
No experience from that Wisp either. Lumber mill for Hippo. Get some guards, and yeah, he's stealing the lab now as well. A little bit of time to breathe for Hippo and to finish the tech.
Shredder being added. We're gonna have lots of lumber here soon for Dise. That means also he can shuffle the wisps over into the natural. I think he doesn't even have that many wisps, does he? Seems to be a bit low there. First lore coming up. Is he gonna skip the second and go tier 3? That is a possibility.
Not yet. We'll have the answer soon. He just spent money on something. Not too sure what it was. Boots of Kalthalas, of course, unfortunate, as there's no agility heroes here. Lot of crowd control on the side of Dise. But Hippo keeps the Night Elf army away from the Expo, and that's exactly what he wants. Tier 2 finished. Panda.
I love the Panda. Nowadays, in most cases, I think humans should really go for a Tavern Hero. The MK is just simply a bit too slow. Speaking of slow, Panda getting slowed down by the Naga, in a bit of trouble, but should survive if he's microed away now. The shop is finally standing at the expansion, which seems pretty assailable though. The natural for Hippo, not that fortified.
Panda goes down though, was caught by an entangle. Too close to the sun. Zap gets a footman, that's level 4. One return kill, but with that level 4 on the Keeper, he has another entangle. Archmage gotta be careful.
So that's the Naga. The boots. Making the Archmage fast enough to chase after her. Lets her go, though. The Moon Juice is still available. It's gonna take a lot to heal up this Naga. Not too much juice left in the tank now for Dise.
Footman goes down. Hippo's army is rather low, but he will accelerate quickly. Cast is coming with Double Sanctum. Rifles coming. Mortars coming. Just needs a little more time, and I think he's gonna get that time because tier 3 is really far away for Dise.
On this map specifically, humans have, in the past, played a lot of tier 2 pushes. Call the boys, set up towers next to the Night Elf expansion behind the tree line. It can be a wonderful position to go for that strategy. But at the moment, Hippo is still far away from being in a position for that. He's got the rifles coming. He's got the casters coming. He's going to be much stronger very soon. He went for adept training before the first priest. Now going for it. Perhaps forgot to start the production there in the other lab.
Or he listened to too many of yours and Todd's casts. Ooh. Dangerous life with the Archmage. Could go for a potion. Are they out of stock? He has the gold. Oh!
Dise playing right on the edge here.
So is Hippo with his Archmage. Panda back. Can he breath? Can he get it? Oh, just barely.
Alright, Militia have to be called back. Dise was able to buy a lot of time for tier 3. It's almost finished now. The bears are already coming. if Dise makes it to 70 supply, and his expansion is intact, I think he's going to be in a great position.
Okay. There will be a push coming. Hippo already breaking upkeep. Dise is not. Moonstone, more attack upgrades. Is there anything left to creep? The Panda needs levels desperately. A little bit of a jack, but not too much to do here for Hippo, except maybe stealing the Sasquatch. Got it.
Oh, Hippo's not ready to fight. His army is way too small. Hippo, he could have been creeping in the corners at the consumable, at the gold mine, but he's contesting the middle. Very dangerous choice here that the Englishman is going for. Oh, but he can steal the rejuve. Early breakers will steal the rejuve. That's cool.
Exactly. Who needs priests when you can just steal the rejuve? Let the spells of your enemy work in your favor. Smart. Hippo. Smart guy.
Master training now finished though, and now these bears are going to be a lot more scary. Not enough breakers to steal all of the roar either. There's a staff, that bear is saved, and the keeper's finding more and more kills. The target fire, the spell usage looking really good by Dise.
Yeah, it's definitely stabilized. Little shaky in the early, and Hippo may be a little over aggressive in the mid game. Still 60 pop, just a kind of ridiculous front line. Backline looks fine, but he's definitely lacking some crowd control.
The sorceresses are now joining, but indeed they seem to be a little bit late. The human army, of course, you always want to have a bit of supply lead. And what you also want is heal scrolls. We have no heal scrolls at all so far in this game.
Yeah, no time to go to the shop. Zappity zap zap, massive dispel on the Treants. That was nice. Water team going down though, always finding the connection with the Dryads, because yeah, there is crowd control in the Night Elf army. Personal caretaker is not enough. Another zap. And man, Hippo has issues just killing one unit.
Oh, keeper dropping low. May have to TP out here before too long. And the bear saved again. Takes out one more priests. Really good control. I like what I'm seeing here by Dise. Question is, can he now recover all of this lost HP and be ready for a push?
Supply is even. That's not what you want when you're the human. Nighttime just started, and the orb is available. So are Master Bears, of course. We've seen them before. Hippo making it to the shop, but he's broke.
Could sell the Wand of the Wind maybe against Dryads. That doesn't seem to be too great of an item.
Exactly.
Dude,
Too big.
Dise is still fighting with all these low HP units. What's this?
I mean, the
Doesn't he have
Care
a TP?
Bears will be coming in a bit. Double Orb also, rushing that.
Huh.
We're getting close to 3 on the Panda. Dude, Hippo's not out of this. He's not without chances.
Yeah, true. Especially once the Panda gets level 3, it's going to be a lot stronger. It's going to be in a moment. Keeper going to be level 5 soon, but it's only going to be good if the dispels aren't on point. Dude, Dise just keeps going forward. What an aggressive game by Dise. He went to the Sonic School of Thought, as it seems.
Workshop torn down in seconds. No anti-air in terms of gyros against the incoming fairy dragons. And now Hippo is supply blocked as well at 70. Tears down the shop as well. Oh boy. Like a warm knife through butter. And we all love butter.
$70 supply for Dise. One Moonmel missing. He's got more and more upgrades on the way. With pretty much a late game perfect army. Lots of bears, fairies. People are going to try to take this fight.
Love how the Dryads are breaking through the front line and going for the mortar teams immediately. Fairy position also superb. And that Panda is not the carry he's supposed to be. Got level 3 finally. But I think Dise has all the advantages he needs. Oh, running into some damage here. But still, this fight is all over the place.
Yeah, the keeper had a lot of time where he wasn't pumping out hits. Of course, with the Orb of Venom, he's actually a really good damage dealer. But now Dise seems to be taking this fight in storm. A few bears go down as well, but Hippo's losing so many units, down to 50.
Yeah, the Panda has to carry. He just used the big mana. Gets bears, okay, but also loses breakers in the process. 1,000 gold for Hippo! Not spending it, as he can't build breakers, he can't build mortars. What do you spend it on? Rifles, I guess, but that doesn't help. Panda in trouble. Maybe spend it on a zap? Oh, the entangling roots! No gardener for Hippo. And that must be game, and it is.
GG is called. Dice's relentless aggression finally pays off. It seemed like Hippo was so close there to stabilizing multiple times. But Dice just keeps on steamrolling over. He seems to love this playstyle of just going over and over and over. We saw that before in the B2W Weekly Cup against Starbuck, for example, as well. And it's so hard to sustain against that pressure. With the bears coming in, more and more rejuve, the keeper, the naga, or the panda, whatever it may be. Fun game.
Yeah, but Hippo shows he's here to fight. Even though it's not his most beloved matchup. TH is next, and Hippo facing the lower bracket where he would be up against Wiz, another Night Elf. But I wouldn't rule out that Hippo takes this now. I'm confident.
Yeah, the next map should definitely be a much better one. Tidehunters normally considered one of the best human maps in the pool. That's where we're going. And here Hippo should have a much easier time getting up the expansion and stabilizing on 2 bases.
Alright, let's see if this is what we will see. Dice not without flaws. This aggression can maybe be punished if the early game is even cleaner than we've seen before. But yeah, Tidehunters can also be ruthless aggression towards an expansion. So let's see what Dice is choosing. Blue color, upper left hand side, Hippo bottom right. Dice not really a guy like Foggy, right? To go for this all-in aggression against an expansion?
No, I don't think so at all. I think he loves the bears, I think he loves the double rejuve, he loves the orb of venom, and then just pumping out, cranking more and more pressure on. And that might be a bit tougher to make work here. There's a lot of narrow paths here. There's lots of choke positions where the bears have a very tough time. And normally also a pretty easy fast expansion for the human.
Alright then, let's see where this goes. Should always be an Archmage, should also be an expansion, and it is, plus the Keeper, that is the norm. Pretty much uncontestable here, I'd say. So it's just about execution.
Yeah, what we expect to see from this Archmage normally is one camp into expansion. I'm normally a big fan of instant expansion from humans, but not so much on this map. It doesn't give you level 2 right away. It seems just a very natural, a great flow of things to be going the first yellow into expansion after.
A player's force.
And if you go for that, you can also perhaps move across, threaten the Night Elf expansion, because I'm pretty sure Dice is going to try to counter again. Counter expand.
Yeah. Alright, creeping starts. Do we have any supporters here? No, people are indeed lazy. No supporter for over an hour. Jesus Christ, what are these people doing?
Enjoying some glorious Warcraft, that's what they're doing.
Truly.
Hippo starting off with the first game. We've seen a lot of Archmages with rings so far today. Hippo is hoping to avoid that if he can. Claws of attack, that is very nice. Dice got the gloves and continuing to go forward to the natural. And with a nice pull, beautiful creep.
I agree. It's kind of cool how people figured out how to use the creep AI in their favor and pull them towards them. So no slow is cast, no healing is cast. Not the same. Oh, got that whiz right before the detonate. Shot by Dise and he lets it through? Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it's very unusual to see. This slows down your lumber by quite a bit. Going for this Ancient of Wonders it costs a wisp, of course. Let's see what he does with that. He's expanding on the spot. Wow. Wow.
Okay.
That seems really risky.
That's what he does. Nice tome of intelligence. Both leave each other alone for quite a bit. Hippo might take a chance and go to the marketplace. Swap the gloves out for a circlet or another claws to help in that defense. That means that the Arcane should probably finish.
Keeper shows up, almost getting surrounded right away. Treant summoned, one footy goes down, but there's a lot of mana invested. This keeps the peasants safe. But as long as Dise distracts here long enough at the expansion for his own to finish, I think he's fine with this.
30% on the Arcane. But yeah, without too many Treants, what's the deal? Close to level 3. Oh, nice deny by Hippo and important deny by Hippo.
Yeah, really big. Dise may have been hoping for getting one more peasant, getting that level 3, but he didn't quite get it. And that little bit of experience, that smidge, makes such a huge difference. Not having that now.
Thank you, Sean, for gifting us up. Much love. Archmage level 3. Oh, these claws, man. They're paying off so much.
Alright, Wisp detonate though. That finally gives the Archmage level 3. Whew, man!
Deny?
Right clicks.
Ah, Hippo just a tiny bit too late in both instances.
Okay, the Ancient of Wonder certainly seemed to be intentional. A solid part of the build to go for Clarities and Moonstones early to have more mana sustain. You know what? That's kind of cool.
Kind of cool. Let's see if it works or not. That should mean either late attack or fewer archers.
A player's forces are under attack.
Speaking of tech timing, tier 2 for Hippo. Really fast. Hardly behind the Night Elf at all. That deny doesn't quite work out, but the Keeper's level 3 already. Not so important anymore. But yeah, now surviving against the Keeper with footies. We all know it. Very hard now, thanks to that level 2 entangle.
But you got the support of an Arcane Tower. So this is not a million peasants dying, at least not at the Expo. They sees, okay, if you're here and defending here and fortify here, I might make moves towards your main.
Every entangle here pretty much means a kill. It also works against peasants. Keeper could even summon some treants into the main base. Oh, this is so cool. The staff and Clarities and Moonstone work out so well for him to have more mana capacity to go for these plays. Really nice by Dise.
Hippo wanted to set up a little bit of a trap and goes double racks rifles, but this is scouted. He built the barracks far in the back so it's not seen. So first he loses the peasant that builds the blacksmith, and now this gets scouted. This game is not going too well for Hippo in any regard.
I wonder, what should he do against the double racks rifles? Archers are okay, but not amazing. Maybe just 3 Ancients of War with Nature's Blessing, and then buy time for eventual bears.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, it doesn't sound too bad. Footman down, Archmage harassing. Hippo's trying to find openings and buy time. Naga second.
Oh, Naga again.
Yeah.
Okay, even on this map, interesting. It makes sense again with the rest of the build, the Keeper with the Clarity Potions and even a Mana Potion. He can be so aggressive all the time. Dise loves to be in control and forcing the issue.
Archmage being caught. That's a town portal gone.
Forces are under attack.
But yeah, mass rifles it is. And that needs to work rather sooner than later.
And the tier 3 for Dise hasn't started yet. Of course, Mass Bears is the perfect counter to that, but we're still far away from this point. Tier 3 now started. So 1 lore into tier 3, and now it's about buying time for Dise.
Yeah, positions himself on the map where he still has an entangled, still has good damage, good crowd control. Hippo can't really push too much. And that is the necessary time. It's also, wow, Blood Mage, double Rex, Rifles, double Sanctum.
Yeah, this is the... We're not messing around, boys. We're gonna go to 65 supply,
Yep.
buy some scrolls, and go in, and if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't.
That's a very solid description of this build, Mr. Remo Demo. I like it.
People getting caught. He doesn't have a TP, by the way.
Yeah, he just lost it.
1 entangle. Wait. Is he dead?
what's gonna save him? Naga's coming around. Nice movement by Dise, who's playing an excellent series apart from the first 3 minutes, I guess. And Hippo might face the lower bracket.
Some archers here might be going down, but that hero kill is huge. A few more footies could also be killed. Heal scroll committed. That gets the keeper nice and healthy back again. Almost level 4 is gonna mean more mana. Fog lightning again. Cold arrows. Damn!
Nasty.
Dude, Dise is looking clean here.
Yep. Not fooling around at all. Hippo has some gold to rebuild. He was at 1500 for a while. Very, very low lumber, as humans for some reason always are. And tier 3 is almost done. This was all before bears. This was, like, of course, a stressful moment, but not an overwhelming moment. I don't know what Hippo's supposed to do.
Keeper is back thanks to Telly Staff. Gets level 4. No tower in the main base. Full mana. Uh-oh.
A player's forces are under attack.
It reminded me of good old ICQ days.
I was about to say, let's play a round of pool, but...
Do you still remember your account number?
313351541. So
bad.
now you don't know. Did I just tell you a random number, or is it really my old ICQ account?
I believe you. I always believe you, Neo. And also, there's a ton of people who still know theirs. I certainly do not. It was always weird how almost every number started with a 3, though, I remember. And some with a 2 and some with a 4.
That is because you're old. It was all counting up. So the earlier you got the account, the higher the number.
Wait, the higher the number or the lower the number?
The higher.
So it started with 9?
No, with 3. Or maybe the number also got longer. You know, some numbers had more digits than other numbers.
They did? I thought they all
Yes.
had 9 digits.
No.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, Flame Strike!
Ouch! Okay, it's only archers though. The priest can still be sniped. Archmage is back.
Oh my god, dude.
Hippo.
Dise
Yeah.
is just so bloodthirsty, man. He just keeps battling non-stop. He's like, come at me, bro.
No income here from this main for a second. Naga is only an illusion. Flame Strike again, doesn't connect too well. Hippo is head and head in supply, but it's tier 2 supply versus tier 3 supply. Somehow, Blood Mage got level 3. This was a little bit too aggressive by Dise, but he also has 2k gold.
A player's forces are
Yeah,
under
he was able to save the archers. He saved a lot of bears. He got lots of kills, staffing out now. As long as now he stabilizes, heals up everywhere, and survives the next 2 minutes, this game is looking amazing for Dise.
Yeah, that's the last lag for Hippo for sure in the series. He's already down 1-0. And this entire game is not going his way at all. Couple of footmen left. Marksmanship coming even.
And Dise
Hippo-
with some great pressure play with some really good micro, but the macro was severely lacking. Those lures were AFK for a long time.
Yeah. But, I mean, should not cost him the game in this case.
Yeah, Hippo's got a decent push assembled, but it's not an amazing one.
He's not totally without chances. There's 2 heal scrolls. That will buying some time, but there's also 2 staffs. Love to see it. Mana potion, love to see it. And no militia called.
We even got marksmanship on the archers, so more DPS there now.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, Blizzard Flame Strike. Ooh, huge damage.
Someone is a fan of Game of Thrones, apparently. Yeah, that might help to zone out the bears to buy the necessary time to do serious damage here to the second base. Keeper and Naga, both very low. Archers don't do much, so it's all about the bears.
And they are connecting pretty well. They're eating a few blizzards here and there, but now the Archmage is out of mana. The Blood Mage is close to out of mana. Has to siphon a bear, not even a hero. But speaking of bears, they are breaking through and they're not going to make mincemeat of this human army. All the heal scrolls are gone.
Oh boy, and the poison orb. Yep, so well done. Dise setting a statement here. 2-0 versus Hippo. Couple of mistakes here and there. Early on Autumn Leaves. Late game got a little complacent, I'd say. But he's up against X-Lord now. And that's a wild ride.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun game. Both looking really good recently. Xlord, he got his def loss earlier against Wiz, now going up against the Night Elf. This is the matchup that he doesn't feel very confident in. But yeah, this is going to be a great game.
Right on. And then in the lower bracket, hopefully we will see Wiz if he makes it in time. And Hippo, that is a Night Elf he has better chances against. But man, Xlord, I don't know how this happened really. Not taking anything away, but he's top 4 in the world in the ELO rank. And I don't know how that happened. Like, where did he get all these ELO points?
Yeah, good question. I mean, the ELO system isn't perfect. And when you play in an isolated region and you don't play against the best of the best, sometimes this can happen. We saw it in the past with Hitman before. Yeah, but I guess those Meisterschaft points nicely stacking up.
He also took or got a draw against Happy in the Show Cup because only the main race maps are counting. So there's that. But alright, we'll see how this goes. We have, of course, to do some map picks and bans. And then who will be the opponent of Starbuck in the winner bracket semifinal, the decider in that branch of the bracket? We'll figure this out.